Hello everyone and very good day to Dr. Rahani and my dear classmates. I am KOON here. I'm a master student from Seberang Jaya Learning Center. Currently, I'm actually a principal in a kindergarten in Butterworth, Penang, and I have dealing with young children for more than 8 years already. So the presentation today, we're talking about the 10 golden rules to manage the children behavior in the classroom under the subject Managing Learning and Development Early Childhood Organizations. The topic we're going to discuss is why rules. For all of us, we know that a rule is actually a cornerstone for children to understand values and responsibilities. So rules provide the framework for children to understand what actually is expected from them at the classroom. So rules is going to prepare children for the real world, but the rules in early childhood classroom, instead of telling children what do and don'ts, we actually teach children to understand what they are expected of, what to do and what to avoid through the rules. So rules is not a limitation to children, but is a framework to assist children to behave themselves. So rules teach young children about the self-discipline, and I believe that not every children like rules, but what we can actually do for children is let them know what rules actually help them, and also some reminder or some tips for parents and teacher when you are setting your rules. There is 5C from Martins, and let's view it about this. The first C, clarity. We have to be clear when we want to set the rules and limitation. Don't assume that children are able to know what to do until you explain to them, maybe again and again. So we need to let the children know what actually the rules be and how are they going to do, as well as the consequences for breaking the rules. So the suggestion will be writing out the rules and post it in the classroom. The next C will be consistency. So about the consistency in or during enforcing the rule, actually we suggest teacher to stick to the consequences that has been established for a broken rules. So discipline will be more effective if children actually involved in establishing the rules. Maybe teachers can provide the opportunity to let children to decide what is the consequences or what we call punishments, so that they're able to well understand about the rules. The next C is the communications. I think not only setting the rules, communication is actually very important during entire early childhood educations. So we are actually encourage teacher to talk about the rights and rules as well as the limits often. Okay? We have to always remind the children, discuss the importance about the rules that we set and the reason about this. This one not only help children to actually understand or remember about the rules, as well as actually let the children learn to talk or share their feelings about the rules to you, so that encourage the children to communicate with you about the rules, actually able to show respect and also faith in the classroom. So the next C will be the caring. So we use the encouragement and support to tell the children instead of discipline or punishment for the broken rule. It's important to praise the children if let's say they are able to follow your rules without reminder. So if let's say a rule is broken, critique or scold is not a correct actions, we actually need to stay calm and carry out the consequences, explain to the children why we are doing these consequences and the importance about the rules and the reason need to follow the rules. This is very important, and make sure children's able to understand, and also we have to respect children's rights, especially their right to be privacy. So the last C is create. This is important for young children to instill a sense of social responsibility in the children. So let the children know about the moral value they need to do and also their behavior. So for example, they need to know about the importance of honesty, fairness, and responsibility. This able to promote actually children's sense of self-respect as well as create their self positions in a small community as well as continue when they are going to social development. Those are my 10 golden rules that I hope that can assist teachers to manage the classroom. So this golden rule I plan based on my experience when I dealing with young children, and it is actually very general and responsive to everyone. So if let's say teachers actually need to amend the rules in details according to the classroom behavior as well. So let's see what is the 10 golden rules I suggest. So my golden rule number 1 will be respectful. It is important to teach children about respect. Respect means that you accept somebody who they are, even they are different from you or even we don't agree with them. We need to teach children about respect so that they are in the relationship to build the feelings of trust, safety, and well-being. We believe that receiving respect from others is actually very important because it helps children to feel safe and able to express themselves. So in my rules, 10 golden rules, the rules number 1 will be respectful and respect each other. The rule number 2 will be polite. So learn appropriate, polite, and considerate behavior enables children to form a very good manners and reduce the conflict in the classroom. Teach the young children with good manner from early age is important. So if let's say we teach them in early age, they will be always respectful. Magic words are actually a part of what we know as a good manner. So it is important to train the children to use the magic words. If let's say we treat the children with politeness and respect and then they see us treating each other the same way, children are able to imitate us and when they are grown. So I believe that not only children, early childhood teachers or educators as well as parents play an important role as well. So the rule number 2 for my 10 golden rules will be be polite. The way we teach children this rule, we can tell the children that we say magic words such as please, thank you, excuse me, I'm sorry. So we always practice or remind children by very simple and clear instructions. We say magic words to train them about the politeness. Rule number 3 in my 10 golden rule will be gratitude. So gratitude is actually a thankful appreciation for what we receive or what we have. With gratitude, people acknowledge the goodness in their life. So gratitude helps people to feel more positive emotion and deal with adversity and build stronger relationships. So I suggest that it is important to teach children about the gratitude, where gratitude help children to feel more positive and create positive relationship in their classroom. So by expressing or feeling gratitude are important part of life, who actually most basic term in being thankful and appreciate whatever we have. We need to teach children about the gratitude so that they spend less time comparing each other and feeling envious. So in here, the rules I set for children will be we are thankful. We are thankful to whatever we have and we appreciate it. So this is my rule number 3. As I mentioned just now, when children develop a positive attitude in early life, positive thinking become a habit, then they can actually ease the pressure emotions when they are growing up. So our rule number 4 of my 10th golden rule will be positive. We let children know the importance about the positive thinking, because it's actually broaden the sense of possibility to let them build their new skills. It also actually assists children to become more resilient, and when children learn how to think positive from a young age, they will have much greater chances of leading happy, healthy, and successful life as their adult. Okay, so the rules number 4 in my 10 golden rules will be positive. And how we going to teach the children be positive? We can let the children know that we try out our best. So through try out the best, actually children will learn even more new skills. They're able to try out themselves. They become more resilient and more independent. This is the purpose or the objective of my rule number 4. Be positive and try their best. We all know children able to learn more when they are trying new things for themselves, rather than just observe or receive instruction from adult or other children. So children actually need a lot of opportunity to learn through explorations. And in my rules number 5 is important to create the curiosity in children and be curious on what they're going to learn. So rule number 5, be curious, is we learn new things. It is important to let the children learn new things and using their sense or their investigation, explorations to understand the world. So in DeVille's theories stated that children are able to construct their own knowledge based on testing out the ideas and concepts. So the rules number 5, be curious. It is important to teach children about learn new things in the classroom. As well as I think most of teachers facing this issue, where whenever we show children new things or new idea or new concept, there is some children they refuse or they are too scared, less confidence to try out new things. So it's important to encourage the children to create their enhance their confidence level in learning new things. That's why I put the learning new things in my 10 golden rule, part of my 10 golden rules. So the next rule will be rule number 6, be nice. Positive social interaction are interaction that take place between peers, and these peers interaction are important because they lead to positive social and emotional development in children. So some children who might having difficulty interacting appropriately with their peers, and they are thus actually at the risk for later social problem. It is a better approach by setting the rules to teach the children how to cope their negative emotions, how to behave themselves, and how to interact with other peers. For example, if let's say children are angry and then they want to push their friend or scold their friend, instead of telling children no, cannot push the friend, cannot beat your friend, actually I'm more encourage teacher to use positive words such as we are good friends, keep the hand for yourself. So it is important to set this rule, be nice, good friends in the classroom to assist the classroom management. The rule number 7 in my 10 golden rule will be responsible. I believe that promote the children's independence in carrying their belongings, classroom as well as environment is very important. Children who are taught about the responsibility learn to work with others, gain the skill that they need to organize and complete a task, as well as they may learn a new skill or improve another skill on their life. the teacher also will face this issue in the classroom. We might take care more than 10 children in your classroom, and if let's say children able to be responsible, take care of their own belongings as well as the classroom belongings, I believe that it will reduce the burden of the teachers. So provide a separate or label shoe rack, set routines for the children, and let the children know what is the part or what is the task that they can do to keep their things, to ensure the cleanliness. So this rules is actually very important and helpful to reduce the burden of teacher, as well as to let the children become more independent and more responsible. So the rule number 7 for my 10 golden rule will be responsible. So we take care everything. In here, I didn't limit to only the own belongings such as your own water tumblers, school bags or books, but also everything like our classroom and our environment. I believe that young children are our future. So it is important to teach children about the responsibility to take care everything, as well as take care our environment from the early age. Rule number 8. Rule number 8 of my 10 golden rule are be tolerant. So tolerance actually play an important role in promoting social environment at school, and allow children to express their own ideas, opinions or conclusion before answer is revealed. Every children actually has a right to participate, to involve in the learning activity, and if let's say we set the rules like raise hand, take turns, actually increase the involvement of everyone, especially those are more shy. So tolerance play an important role in promoting social equality at school. In addition, actually tolerance showing children how to interact with others and teach children to learn from people who are different from themselves. So if let's say we train children to raise hand, take turns, is actually help children to become more active, participate in their learning. It tells teachers that which children are actually able to paying attention, or what is children thinking and their ideas. It's not only those who are very aggressive or very active. So be tolerant is very important in the classroom. So rule number 8 of my 10 golden rule is request children to raise their hand before they want to share or answer the questions, and important to let the children know about how to take turns. So this is my rule number 8. Rule number 9. The next rule will be we listen to each other. It is actually a part of tolerance as well, but it's more to self-regulations. Listen to each other is very important part when you want to communicate. And I think most of the young children need some help learning to listen to others, as well as the reminder about letting others people talk. So there is some ideas to actually increase children learning skill, listening skills, such as let others to finish talking and then only you respond. Use the language and idea that children understand, and it is important to make simple instruction and request to children so they're able to answer or they're able to understand more easily. So let the children know, listen to each other is not only listen to their peers and then communicate, as well as we want them to follow our instructions. Instead of telling the instructions or give them the instruction directly, I prefer that children able to listen to what teacher says, and then they understand and then they do. So we want children to listen to each other, not only to their peers as well as the educators, the teachers and the adults. It is important to set this rule in the classroom so that you're able to manage the classroom, especially when you want to give instructions to the children. So my rules number 9 is we listen to each other. Rule number 9, the next rule will be we listen to each other. It is actually a part of tolerance as well, but it's more to self-regulations. Listen to each other is very important part when you want to communicate. And I think most of the young children need some help learning to listen to others, as well as the reminder about letting others people talk. So there is some ideas to actually increase children listening skills, such as let others to finish talking and then only you respond. Use the language and idea that children understand, and it is important to make simple instruction and request to children so they're able to answer or they're able to understand more easily. So let the children know listen to each other is not only listen to their peers and then communicate, as well as we want them to follow our instructions. Instead of telling the instructions or give them the instruction directly, I prefer that children able to listen to what teacher says and then they understand and then they do. It's important to set this rule in the classroom so that you're able to manage the classroom, especially when you want to give instructions to the children. So my rules number 9 is we listen to each other. The last rule of my 10 golden rules, we have fun. Play allows children to use their creativity when developing their imaginations, physical, cognitive, and emotional strength as well. We believe that play is actually a center of children learning and development. When children play, it gives them a lot of different ways to learn and to absorb ideas. So in their classroom, we want the children to learn to have fun learning. So it is important to let children know that learning with fun is also part of the rules. It helps children to build their self-worth by giving the children a sense of their self, about their ability, or let them to feel good about themselves. Because if let's say learning is fun, then it's able to become very absorbable for them, and they are more attract and involved in what they are doing. So my rules number 10 and the most important rule will be have fun together. We have fun. So that's all for my classroom rules, 10 golden rules today to share with you all about how to use the rules to manage the children. That's all for today, my 10 golden rules to assist teachers to manage the children in the classroom. Again, this 10 golden rule is more to instead of telling that this is a rules, this is more to a framework to let the children know what they need to do in the classroom and how they're going to behave themselves. We use a more positive way to encourage children to do what we expected of. So this is my presentation for today. I hope you enjoy the presentation today, and thank you for your time.